Hey everyone, I'm Steve Sievers from Bionic Buzz. I'm here with Dr. Cohen. So I just tried your VR thing. Now, what would you call it exactly? It's not a game.
Well, it's more of an immersive experience. We're talking and we're living in a digital age where we have to reach people now where they're at. So what I started doing back 20 years ago is I said, why can't we tell or use movies, making movies as part of therapy? So I set out to find ways of doing that. And back then you couldn't really you didn't have YouTube.
Yeah.
So now in the YouTube generation, what we found in one of our chapters in this book that we published, I co-edited this book with about 15 authors. One of them uses they make multi-day filmmaking workshops on Army bases, and they call it in making movies in the YouTube generation. So that led us, along with other chapters, to start looking into virtual reality to find ways of using the digital technology to tell stories and to be more engaging in today's growing and very, very astute environment. When it comes to the digital technology, this is where people are at right now. So we have to meet people where they're at, and that's what's going to happen in the next publication.
So you got a passion for helping people out. You just want to use the VR and filmmaking and green screen as a tool to help people.
It's all about making the connection. If we don't have a way of connecting to people, then there's really no point in doing the work. And in some cases, it's almost better not to call it therapy, especially in certain populations. So with the military, or when it comes to if it's going to be a first responder, you can call it community engagement. You can call it therapeutic filmmaking. In some cases, in therapy, art therapists call it video art therapy, video therapy, whatever they want to call it, as long as you see the look in that child's face light up when they get to play or be behind the green screen and see their image come to life. It's so amazing to see what happens, and to be the recipient of their own story. It's so amazing, and there's so many things the new technology can do.
Well, that's amazing. Tell us about the book. You wrote it with a bunch of different co-authors from around the world. So
we did. There's people all over the world. It's in 60 countries now. The second book is in process. We worked with people from Israel. We had people from Canada. We had a lot of people in New York. The grandson of George Patton, general in World War II. He's the one who goes on site to do these multi-day filmmaking workshops. He invited me to witness one of them. A few of us met in Toronto to present some of our material. There was also another gentleman by the name of Brian Austin, who presented some of his work with at-risk youth in New York in front of the mayor, to show how making 3D animations was an incredible way to get youth involved with the court system, and to show, so these kids are actually doing 3D animation with animators, and I said, Brian, you really need to get involved with VR. Eventually they'll get the grant, I hope, but it shows that just getting kids involved with the digital media in general gets not only brings up their potential, but it gets them involved in something structured, and when they do that, they get involved in some of the darker places, maybe in storytelling, that celebrates the darkness rather than condemns them for having done things that were otherwise not so much approved of in society, and impresses their caseworker. So they're like, wow, I can't believe you did this. You have a skill that maybe they hadn't heard of. So it's a real way of demonstrating the power of storytelling and the value of technology in a time where we need to do that.
And where is the book available, and where can people keep in touch with you social media-wise?
Well, I have a business that I do with coaching and advising. That's where my main income would come from. But the book, if you want to learn more about it, is on Amazon. It's on paperback and Kindle right now, as well as hardback. You can look up. The book is called Video and Filmmaking as Psychotherapy, Research and Practice.
All right. Well, thank you so much for all the amazing work you do. We'll keep in touch, all right?
Take care.
Take care.